Hello everyone, I'm back after a long time. I couldn't make videos because I was having my exams. So coming back to the topic, today we're going to discuss about strings. So as strings is not a small topic, I've divided this into three parts. So in this video, we're going to understand the basics of strings and we'll also understand why strings are immutable. So let's get started. First of all, let's understand the definition of string. String is a sequence of characters. Sequence of characters in the sense it is the words or sentences. In our previous videos, we've seen that in order to store numbers, we use int, float, etc. And in order to store characters, we use char. In the same way, in order to store words or sentences, we use the keyword string. We use double quotes to represent a string in Java. So the way here, in order to represent a character, we've used single quotes. The same way, in order to represent a string, we use double quotes. And the string is a non-primitive data type. So regarding this primitive and non-primitive data types, we have discussed in our previous videos. So please do check it out. Now let's look at the syntax of a string. The syntax of string is very simple. First of all, we write the string type here. We write this word string and then we write the name of the variable. Here the name of the variable is str. We can choose any, like we can write any variable, and after that we write the value of the string and we enclose that in double quotes. So we will look at this clearly on our Eclipse IDE. So let's create a string now. String str equals hello world. Now let's print this out. You could see here this got printed out. So this method of creating a string is called as string by literal. So there are two ways of creating a string. Let's check them out. On our Eclipse IDE, we have seen how to create a string by literal. There is another way to create a string, which is the string using new keyword. So here you could see string s equals new string and hello world. So here we are using the keyword new in order to create the string. Now you might get a question. When we can create a string by literal, why do we again have to use the keyword new? So strings are something which are like repeatedly used so many times in a particular code. So what these Java developers have done is they have developed something called as the string pool area. Now this string pool area, which you could see here, this is very much different from the heap area wherein all the variables are stored. So these variables are stored in the string pool area. Like they utilize the old strings which are already present in the string pool area. Like before, whatever the variables which are created before, you could see string s1 equals cat here. This variable will be stored in the string pool area. So whatever variables basically are created by string using literals, string by literals, like in this way, they're all stored in the string pool area. And whatever variables are created using the new string, using the new keyword, they're all stored in the heap area. Okay, so this string s1 equals cat. Now this is stored in the string pool area, and when another string called s2 is created with the value as cat, it is not going to create another variable for this. It is going to utilize the s1 variable here. So basically what it does is it utilizes the old strings which are already present. It will not create another string here. So why do we need this string pool area? String pool area is actually for the optimization of the code. The code will be very much optimized if we use the old strings, so that more memory won't be wasted on creating new strings. So that is the main purpose of this string pool area. So when we use the keyword new here, what it does is it is gonna create another object. It's gonna create a new object, and this object is going to be stored in the heap area. So whatever object, now this object is stored in the heap area. When you create this object, this is again gonna create a copy inside the heap. Whatever is stored in the heap area, it is gonna create a copy in the string pool area again. But if you have the same value in the string pool area before, it is the value which you create in the heap area will not create another copy in the string pool area, because string pool area will not create more than one variable of the same type. So so if you create another, if for example if you create string s4 equal to new string cat, now the s4 will be created in the heap area, but the same thing won't be created in the string pool area. In order to clearly understand this, we'll go to the Eclipse IDE. First, let's create a string by literal, and then we'll create a string using the new keyword. So string str1 equals, let's say, cat, and we'll create string using string str2 equals new string cat. Now let's check whether these both strings are equal or not. So sys out str1 str2. Now let's print this out. It is showing that it is false. Why is it showing that it is false? Because the string is stored in the string pool. This is stored in the string pool area, while this string is stored in the heap area. So the string stored in the string pool area and the string stored in the heap area are different. So it is showing that those both are not equal. But if I create another string called string3, string str3, and I equate this to cat, now let's check whether string 1 and string 3, whether these string 1 and string 3 are equal or not. So it is showing true because both the values are stored inside the string pool area. So it is showing that the value is true. Another important thing about strings is strings are immutable. So what does immutable mean is, immutable is something which we cannot change. For example, if I've created a string cat and if I want to change that value to dog, the previous value of cat will not be changed and that value of cat will be stored in the memory. Now let's look at this in our Eclipse IDE. Now I'll create a string str equals, I'll store the value as cat. Now in the memory, this particular value is stored. Now if I change this value to, let's say, dog, if I say str equals dog, now I'll print this str out. Now it has printed dog here. So what happened here is, this value of cat is still inside the memory, but it is just showing dog. So what happened here is, another string called dog is created, but the original string cat is not removed from the memory. So that is why we say that strings are immutable. By now you might have understood what basically strings are and why strings are immutable. In the next video, we'll discuss about the functions of a string. So thank you everyone for watching this video. Please do like, share and subscribe to my channel. We'll meet in the next one.